Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to BTM Crypto News Network. And this video is for, I guess, Thanksgiving. You might be watching it on Thanksgiving. You might be watching it on Friday. So, have a happy Thanksgiving. Spend some time with your family and don't eat too much. But this video is about XDC. You guys ask and you shall receive. So you wanted information about XTC, which is also one of the cryptos I've been looking at as well. So we're going to give you some background information, watch a video, kind of see what's going on X, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Are you into it? Are you not into it? Is it one on your radar? Is it something you're investing in? Definitely not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. If you need financial advice, seek a financial professional. Don't get your financial advice from people making videos on YouTube. But this is, let me start the screen share here. I asked chat about it, and chat says, what is the XDC network? The XDC network is an enterprise grade EVM compatible layer 1 blockchain built for global trade finance, tokenization of real world assets, RWAs, cross border payments, enterprise applications. It uses a hybrid public plus private architecture, which allows organizations to keep sensitive data private while still leveraging the public blockchain, which will be big because the data private and the privacy tokens are becoming pretty big lately. So this falls into that category, and it's doing real world assets, and it is also doing cross-border payments, which seems to be the narrative so far for this year and Q1 of next year and some of 2026. Key features of XDC: fast, low cost, transaction settles in 2 seconds, extremely low fees, fractions of a cent. What? Energy efficient, uses XDPOS 2.0, delegated proof of stake, a green consensus mechanism with high security. Focus on enterprise and trade finance. XDC is highly involved in digital trade finance standards through organizations like TFDI, Trade Financial Distribution Initiative, and ITFA, International Trade and Formatting Association. This makes it one of the biggest blockchain efforts in tokenized trade financial assets. What is the XDC token used for? The XDC token powers the network, gas fee, smart contracts execution, network staking, enterprise transactions, settlement layer for tokenization trade, instruments. Who uses or partners with XDC? XDC is known for expanding the trade finance digitalization space. Notably, ecosystem participation includes Impale, ISO 20022 compliant payments, what is this? Currencies, institutional tokenization, R3 Core9 bridges, trade Q tokenized trade instruments, Dusk plug-in and LedgerFi ecosystem tools. Major transactional finance firms are exploring tokenizing trade instruments using XDC tech. Why do people pay attention to the XDC? It's one of the few chains focused on real enterprise problems, not hype. Strong push in the tokenization assets RWAs, active role in ISO 20022 blockchain messaging and digital payments, quiet but steady growth in institutional partnerships. So that's what chat has to say. Let's look at the numbers. XDC Network is up 42% or 0.42 in the hour, down 99 on the day, up 10.37 on the week, down 12.8 for the month, down 31.6 for 90 days, and for the year, down 2.53%. At 5 cents, market cap is 256.3 mil won. Trading volume is 48.7 mil won. Let's go over to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap stands at 5 cents, down 0.97 on the day. Market cap is a billion, down 9.96 on the day. 24-hour trading volume is 35.2 million, down 13.1%. Hold up. How is their market cap 756? But coin market cap saying it's a billion. Well, look at this right, but you can see it's up and down. But a lot of people have been talking about it. On the month, I think it got up to 6 cents. On the year, it got up to 14 cents in January. So definitely going to be a pump at the beginning of the year for this guy in Q1. Trying to see what this says is the high. Generally tells you the all-time high, 24-hour range. That's weird. Come back over to CoinMarketCap generally tells you as well. All-time high was 19 cents. August 2021, 4 years ago, down 75.1% from the all-time high. All-time low 00015, up 34,000% from the all-time low. So let's do this quick video. This is Crypto Journey, which actually does really good videos. It's an AI video. I know you guys hate that, but just check out the information and we'll be
platforms and frameworks that XDC has integrated to become the backbone of digital trade infrastructure. First, Trade Trust. Trade Trust is a digital utility developed by IMDA, the Infocom Media Development Authority of Singapore. Trade Trust is designed to facilitate the exchange of electronic trade documents in a secure and legally binding manner. It's built on the model law on electronic transferable records, known as MLETR, which the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law, UNCITRAL, created to provide legal certainty for electronic versions of transferable documents like bills of lading. Trade Trust uses blockchain to notarize and verify the authenticity and ownership of electronic trade documents. When a bill of lading is created on Trade Trust, it's cryptographically signed and recorded on blockchain. The document can be verified by anyone anywhere in the world instantly. Ownership can be transferred digitally with full legal validity in jurisdictions that have adopted MLETRAL, which now includes Singapore, UK, and increasingly other countries. XDC Network is a core technology partner for Trade Trust. When trade documents are created on Trade Trust, they can be settled and tokenized on XDC Network. This means XDC provides the blockchain infrastructure that makes Trade Trust technically possible. Second, TradeFinix. TradeFinix is an institutional-grade ISO 20022 compliant protocol built specifically on XDC Network for trade finance. TradeFinix is like Amazon, but for trade documents. Small and medium enterprises, SMEs, can post their trade documents, invoices, bills of lading, letters of credit on the TradeFinix marketplace. They're looking for financing. Lenders, which can be private credit investors, institutional funds, or even retail crypto investors, review the trade documents, assess creditworthiness, and provide financing. The revolutionary part is that all trade documents on TradeFinix are tokenized on XDC Network. An invoice becomes a tradable digital asset. A bill of lading becomes a fractionalized token. This means trade finance assets that were historically illiquid and locked in bank balance sheets can now be traded on secondary markets with instant settlement. TradeFinix has already processed billions in trade finance volume. They're not in pilot mode. This is production infrastructure processing real commercial transactions. Third, XDC Trade Network. This is the comprehensive suite of decentralized applications built on XDC that integrates everything. Trade Trust for document authentication, TradeFinix for financing, KYC and AML compliance providers, regulated custodians for fund transfers, tokenization platforms, all working together as interoperable infrastructure. XDC Trade Network is MLETR compliant, meaning documents created here have legal validity in jurisdictions that recognize electronic trade documents. This isn't a crypto project trying to find product market fit. This is infrastructure that the World Trade Organization and International Chamber of Commerce have written about in official reports as the future of global trade digitization. The WTO published a book in 2020 titled Blockchain and DLT in Trade. Where do we stand? TradeFinix and XDC are featured prominently as leading solutions. The ICC UK released a report highlighting XDC Network's role in enabling digital trade transactions. These aren't crypto publications. These are the governing bodies of international commerce endorsing XDC as critical infrastructure. Now let me show you the historic transaction that proves this infrastructure works in the real world. In 2024, world's which is Fathom Dollar, an XDC-based stablecoin. Zero settlement risk, zero counterparty risk, instant liquidity. This transaction was groundbreaking for multiple reasons. First, it was the first time a trade document was represented as an electronic tradable document that was fractionally traded. Multiple investors could own portions of a single bill of lading, democratizing access to trade finance. Second, settlement was instant. Traditional trade finance settlement takes days or weeks through correspondent banking. XDC settled it in seconds. Third, it was legally compliant. The electronic bill of lading had full legal standing under MLETRL framework and UKSEDDA. This wasn't a proof of concept. This was a real commercial transaction moving real goods and real money. And it worked flawlessly. The International Chamber of Commerce featured this transaction in their reporting as evidence that blockchain-based trade finance is ready for global adoption. Comment instant trade settlement if you're realizing blockchain is replacing centuries of paper-based trade infrastructure. Let me explain why this matters for the $5 trillion trade finance gap. According to the Asian Development Bank, there's a $5 trillion gap between the demand for trade finance and the supply available from banks. Small and medium enterprises around the world can't access the financing they need to engage in international trade. Why? Because banks consider SME trade finance too risky, too expensive to process, and too illiquid. A small exporter in Vietnam ships electronics to a buyer in Germany. The exporter needs financing to produce the goods before getting paid. They approach banks for trade finance. Banks assess the risk, require extensive documentation, charge high interest rates due to perceived risk, and take weeks to process the application. Many SMEs get rejected outright because banks don't have efficient systems to assess creditworthiness for small transactions. Even when trade finance is approved, it's locked in the bank's balance sheet until maturity. Banks can't easily sell or transfer these assets, so they're stuck holding risk. This makes banks conservative about how much trade finance they provide. The result is a massive financing gap. Trillions of dollars in legitimate international trade can't happen because SMEs can't get financing. XDC and TradeFinix solve this by creating a liquid marketplace for trade finance assets. An SME in Vietnam digitizes their purchase order, invoice, and bill of lading on TradeFinix. These documents are tokenized on XDC Network. Now, instead of one bank deciding whether to provide financing, thousands of potential lenders globally can review the opportunity. Private credit investors, institutional funds, even crypto investors looking for yield on real-world assets. Competition among lenders drives down interest rates. Digitization reduces processing costs from $420 per document to near zero. Tokenization creates liquidity because investors can sell their position on secondary markets if they need to exit early. This democratizes access to trade finance. SMEs that were previously excluded from the financial system can now access global capital markets. XDC co-founder Atul Kakade said it directly. Tokenization of millions of trade documents will enable a large part of over 30 trillion in trade finance to go completely digital. $30 trillion. That's the total trade finance market. And XDC is building the infrastructure to digitize it. But it's not just about SMEs. Large corporations benefit too. Multinational companies moving goods across borders face the same inefficiencies.
Wow, this is a lot of information. We might have to have a part one and a part two on this video. But as he did mention, XDC is kind of in the mix of a lot of pieces for shipping and shipping documentation, and I can definitely confirm there's a lot of delays with trying to get the shipping information and the documentation updated. There's definitely plenty of documents or packages hailed for documentation not being correct. So this is definitely a very interesting industry to take part in. And let's look at the numbers. So on the 4-hour chart, looks like RSI is 56.9, RSI base moving average is 64.1, and it is currently a little bearish. The red is above the blue. It's losing volume on the 4-hour. On the 2-hour, it's bearish, still losing volume. RSI is 51.1. RSI boost moving average is 54.8. And there's a couple of green candles on the 2-hour. On the 45-minute chart, it's down. Got I think this green candle at 5 cents. RSI base moving average is 44. RSI is 49.1. And let me see, we can zoom in a little bit because you can't really see this. Looks like it is bearish on the 45-minute, but they are building volume. Might be a little bullish, actually. It is. The blue is above the red on the 45-minute. On the 15-minute, definitely bullish. We're building volume. RSI is 55.2, getting back into the oversold territory. And RSI moving average is 49.4 on the 15-minute. And on the 5 minutes, looks like RSI is 56.8, still in the oversold. RSI base moving average is 64.09. And I guess this is, what is this? The red is over the blue. So it's bearish and we're losing volume on the 5-minute chart. Let's go over to X. So on X, Yankee XDC 1 cent loading. This is a Cybos video. We'll play this, might do a part two. So this is the giant of trade finance is about to make some serious noise. We're not just building infrastructure, we're replacing the old one. Do you own enough XDC for the next leg up? So this is kind of similar with Zebek, right? It's not creating a new system, but replacing the existing infrastructure. scaling institutional adoption through stronger compliant infrastructure, global blockchain analytics and compliance firm has officially integrated XDC Network into its monitoring platform. What this means, enhanced compliance risk analytics for XDC, support for tokenization, tokenized RWA, U.S. Treasuries and trade, financial assets, strengthens trust for institutional adoption, coverage for XDC's ecosystem of 175 enterprise applications. This integration supports XDC's mission to deliver secure, transparent, and regulated ready blockchain infrastructure for global trade. So shout out to, I guess, Smart or Crystal Intelligence and the XDC platform. While the market chases hype, smart money accumulates utility. XDC is quietly stepping into real world ISO 200 institutional adoption, enterprise grade infrastructure, not loud, but inevitable. Accumulating XDC, crypto market cap, XDC Network, SHIB, and other popular meme forms. So this is XDC at 5 cent to 13.50 in 2026 Q1. Call it crazy, call it ambitious, but the real ones know what's coming. So this is 2025 Q4 to 2026 Q1. Bitcoin to 188K, XDC to $13.50. Solana from 195 to 980. I hope so. XRP $2.70 to 67 cents. Dodge to 19 cents to $1.25. I doubt it. Ethereum 3,960 to 6,500. XLM 31 cents to $1.80. And I don't even know what this is. But keeping it moving. XDC bull flag alert. Technical setup is screaming breakout. A confirmed move above key resistance line on the daily chart could launch an 88% rally towards the next major target. Combine this with the Crystal Compliance News rocket fuel. And let's see. Everyone else's portfolio, my XDC bag is sitting quietly, knowing institutional adoption is locked in. The XDC community right now, we're early, not wrong. Okay, so this is top RWA projects by market cap, real world assets. RWAs become one of the most hyped narrative of the current market momentum. Let's explore the leading RWA projects ranked by market capitalization. Project. This is Rage, but I guess this should be ranked. I don't know. We'll see here. So for top project market capitalization, we got Ondo 1.57 billion, XDC 1 billion, Pinel 420 million, Syrup 350 million, ZBCN, the token we all know and love as the streaming payroll processor, 314 million. Vision 207 million, Plume 85 million, Mantra 83.3 million, Centrifuge 66.2 million, Hama Finance 45.3 million, Usual 39.2, Clearpool 36.7, STBL 31.8, Profi 21.1, and IXS 16.7. But I guess this is all the information. ZDC's current market cap is around $1 billion. Strong adoption is taking place in the trade financial space, in addition to seeing moves occurring in the real world asset tokenization space. It's not inconceivable now to see a market cap surpassing 100 billion over the coming years. And this is BTC. Big news. XDC Network is landing on the BTCC spot. XDC on the USDC trading pair coming soon. Get ready for takeoff. And this is also that crystal intelligence. We might have to do a deep dive. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, why is XDC a clear winner? Finality 6 seconds, ISO 200 compliant, the global standard, transactions 2,000 plus a second, the killer feature, institutional trust via compliance integrations. It's not just fast, it's enterprise ready speed. The infrastructure is complete. Global finance is quietly standardizing around tokenization infrastructure, not just hype, but through real product systems. As trade finance struggles with a 2.5 trillion gap, the focus is shifting to the networks that can handle regulated credit flows at scale. This is where the XDC network hybrid architecture becomes important. And this is bridging Wall Street and Web3, the $2.5 trillion trade gap. So let me know what you guys think. You guys want to do more XDC videos or further deep dives, and you think this is a project worth investing in? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys. Stay dangerous. Happy holidays, and Miner out.